Hi everybody, it is Zoe from Sugar Street Studios, and today I'm going to be making the Medovik Torte, or the honey cake, which is one of Russia's most popular desserts. And boy, what a cake it is. It has these beautiful thin caramelised sort of quasi-cake biscuit layers which are flavoured deep with honey, and then they're sandwiched together with a dulce de leche whipped cream filling. It is an absolutely delicious cake. So let's get started, and we're going to start by burning our honey. Now, we're not actually burning our honey. All we're doing is cooking it to caramelise it and get the lovely deep notes. So in my pan I've put 225 grams of honey, and I have cooked that for about 4 minutes until it's deepened in colour, and at the very end I've just popped in 60 grams of water. For the cake layers, you'll need 225 grams of honey, 75 grams of your burnt honey that you've just made, 225 grams of golden caster sugar, and 200 grams of unsalted butter, 6 large eggs, 2.5 teaspoons of baking soda, 3/4 of a teaspoon of fine salt, and a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and 450 grams of plain flour. So what you want to do is to take the butter, your honeys and the sugar and put it in a bowl set over a simmering pan of water, and you want to gently heat those ingredients together until they combine into a beautiful emulsified, smooth and silky mix. We're essentially creating almost like a pancake batter for the cakes. Once that's done, you want to slowly whisk in your 6 eggs and just stir that in. The eggs will have reduced the temperature of the batter, so you want to keep that over the heat for a little bit longer just to get the temperature back to where it was. Once you've done that, you want to tip in your salt, baking soda and cinnamon and give that a really good stir. And then you can finally take everything off the heat for the next stage. And the next stage is just adding in our sieved flour. Now I'm doing this bit by bit, and then I'm whisking and folding in as I go. The mixture will thicken, and it will be, as I say, like a thick pancake batter, and that's perfect because we are going to be spreading out thin layers. You will need to create 10 individual cake layers. I'm showing you how to make one. This is a 9-inch circle, which I'm using as my template, but you can equally just draw out a 9-inch circle onto a piece of greaseproof and spread the batter till it reaches. You want to bake each layer, remember you're making about 10 or 11 of these, for 5 to 6 minutes in an oven of about 150. And once they're out and cooled, you then want to trim them up, making sure that you keep all of those extra cuttings because they are going to go on the side of the cake. So there we go. It's a little bit of a process, but you do need to stay by the oven because they really only do take about 5 minutes to get to that caramel colour. With your offcuts where you've trimmed the cake and one of your least attractive cake layers, I want you to put those back into the oven on a low setting of about 120 and cook them for another 15 minutes. They'll toast up nicely, become nice and crisp, and then you want to bash those to fine crumbs. You could also put those into a food processor to do that. The filling of our cake is a combination of whipped cream, burnt honey and dulce de leche, which you can buy off the shelf in jars. And if you can't find it, you can make your own by boiling sweetened condensed milk, a tin of sweetened condensed milk, for about 4 hours, and you'll get that lovely toffee. So the filling is simple. You want to whip your cream with that touch of salt together and then slowly add in the dulce de leche. I have about just over 1 litre of double cream, half a teaspoon of salt and about 380 grams of dulce de leche, plus the 150 grams of burnt honey that we had before. And then simply with your cooled trimmed cake layers, you want to start stacking. Cake, filling. Cake, filling. leaving enough filling that you're going to be able to do the sides and the top. So there you go, you can see. And as I say, I think I got about 8 layers out of my mixture. I'm now going to use the rest of my filling to fill in the sides of my cake. And once I'm happy with that, I'm going to push and press my honeyed cake crumbs up onto the side of the cake. You could go all the way over, you could have less, but this is just the way that I like to do it, and I've kept the top clean. Once you have layered up your cake and it is ready, you cannot eat it. No, it's got to go in the fridge for 24 hours. You need those lovely honey caramel layers to soak up that dulce de leche whipped cream. So you must do that. It's really important. It also means that you're going to be able to cut it and present it in a much easier way, as well as it being completely matured and developed in terms of the flavour. And that is it. I really have to say this is one of the most popular cakes I've made in my house. My family absolutely loved it. It reminds me a little bit of biscuit, if you know that. Deep notes of caramel and honey paired with this creamy caramel filling and this lovely biscuit texture on the outside. It is an absolute delight, and I am not surprised that it is popular all over Russia, because it's a delicious cake. Not difficult, but it does take time. It does take time, so put that aside. But as I say, it's really worth a go. It's the most delicious cake. And that is it. I hope you have enjoyed it. I'll post the full recipe below so that you can get everything that you need. And if you're a subscriber to Cake Decoration and Sugar Craft magazine, the recipe will be in there too. I really hope that you enjoyed watching our recipe book. Please don't forget to subscribe to join us for more cake art or for more recipes, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.